Hello and welcome to Shikar. If you
Shikar.
Damn, we're gonna have to slap a mature rating on this one.
I mean, duh, I'm here.
It's girls' night on the Shikar channel. I'm tweeting out the stream. While I do so, let the wonderful people know who you are, and also let us know what's the latest thing you've sewn.
Latest thing I've sung?
Sewn.
Oh, cool. Hi, I'm Persephiroth. I am TTRPG something or other, and I play video games on stream. But more importantly, I'm learning to sew, and I made my skirt last night for a colic thing that I made out of like chiffon, and like it makes me really happy that I can fucking sew now because I've been learning for 2 months, and it makes me happy. It's like a good time. It's like a good time.
I'm glad. So like, I love that you made a skirt. What do you think you're gonna make next?
I'm sorry?
What's your dream thing to make?
I want to make gowns and high fashion garments like Alexander McQueen.
Okay. Oh, I'm also a McQueen fan.
I'm a huge McQueen fan. Huge McQueen fan.
Me too.
The oyster dress haunts my dreams. I must make a reproduction of it. That's my ultimate goal.
McQueen, and I love Jean-Paul Gaultier.
I like Gaultier, and I like fitted silhouettes and stuff. I mean, McQueen got his start working for Gaultier.
Yeah, I like the 80s, like the stuff, like the stuff both of them were doing with like 80s women's fashion.
All super tailored stuff, just like very sharp. I don't know if I'll ever be able to actually do that because I don't know if I can be exacting enough, but like we'll try. We're gonna try. We're gonna seriously try. It was also like,
I have faith in you.
Thank you. I have so many fabrics and so many patterns that I need to start sewing. And like, I just learned how to make patterns, which means I finally understand how they work. So I can finally start making stuff. And I'm going to use a lot of it for drag and stuff. And eventually I'll get to the point where I'm just wearing gowns every day because I can.
I'm here for it. I love that both you and Xander do drag. It makes me want to do drag. But I feel like I have to be very good at it because Seattle's history, like Seattle does so well in drag. Like we have so many queens that have been iconic, like whether it's drag
legendary
race,
queens.
Yeah, like Jinx. Right? So
like Jinx, like Bendel Creme, Robbie Turner.
Which I love all of them. I like that you threw Robbie Turner in there. Because that's not... Still more talented than me, but maybe not a name I would have used, you know.
I'm just a shady cunt. Let's just be there. That's for real.
Hey, I'm appreciative of those queens. Somebody needs to go home.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, I was actually shading Robbie Turner because of the show performance. I was shading Robbie Turner because of the lying about the car accident thing that happened.
Oh, that did happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Robbie needed some aid. I don't know what Robbie's doing right now, but hopefully Robbie got the help.
I remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Remember that. There's other ones from Seattle that I'm spacing.
Bosco's from Seattle.
Yes, Bosco. Also, the wonderful individual who does my hair is a Seattle drag queen.
That's awesome. I think Peaches Christ is based in Seattle too.
Maybe. I actually have never been to a Seattle drag show.
From what I hear, they turn it. I've never been to Seattle, so when I come up and visit you,
I was gonna say I don't really have anybody to go with, and
you will go with me. I will come up to Seattle.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I've been to drag shows in like Portland and stuff, but like never been to one in Seattle just because I don't have any friends.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't go to any drag shows in Massachusetts. Really, I performed with some drag kings in a show at one point. But like I didn't go to any drag like specific shows until I came here to LA. So
I think my drag character would be a Yasferatu.
Yasferatu.
Yeah. Like I want to be like a...
That was the name of one of the Pokemon in my Zubat in one of my Nuzlocke.
You know, I want to be like a spooky boy. Like a lich boy. Like sexy Vecna.
Have you heard of Throb Zombie?
Yes, that's what I would like.
So Throb Zombie is a Boston-based drag performer that I have actually met in person. We're friends on Facebook. I don't know them terribly well, but they are one of the. If you've liked drag, go follow Throb Zombie /Fembones, which is their burlesque name. Just go do it. They're so phenomenally talented. They deserve all the accolades in the world.
Okay.
I'm like a little bit obsessed with them, and they don't know it.
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you for actually no, it's Pride Month. Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for us chatting about this.
We're queer. We're here.
Should we start? Oh, I should describe what this is. Hi, hello, welcome to Shikar. This is our weekly game when our characters level up, and before we go on a little bit of a break so the DM has a chance to write things and paint things, we do a series of one-shots, vignettes, if you will, where we kind of take some time with each character to get to know them better and recap what has happened thus far. So if it's your first time here in a while, hello and welcome. You found the perfect episode to jump in on. We are on the second of our 4 one-shots. Next week, Balvin will be taking the seat. Last week, Gabe took the seat. The week after the next, Xander will be taking the seat. But this week, I am joined by the wonderful Persephone Valentine for a very special girls' night, which I'm hyped for. I'm very excited for it. If you hear a humming in the background, it's because my AC's on, and that might seem strange because I'm wearing a hoodie, but that's the very nature of being in the Pacific Northwest, being in Seattle. The weather here kind of has a mind of its own, and I'm just trying to keep up with it. So
that's totally fair. It's 80 degrees, and that's cool for what it has been here in LA.
Ooh, like I kind of want sunshine, but I don't necessarily want.
Yo, colic yesterday, it was so hot. I was so glad that I was mostly naked.
You and Xander were both on colic, and so was Gabriel. So I did try to catch y'all's bits. I would be lying if I said I watched the whole thing though, because I don't watch that show.
It was long,
and it never makes sense when I do. So
it's long. It just is.
But I did tune in. I saw Xander get yelled at and get called the king of dicks or the god of dicks or whatever.
Yeah, by Ryan Day.
By Ryan Day. I thought that was really funny.
It was really funny.
I'm trying to remember. I saw you vote for something. I don't know what y'all were voting for. I was in and out. I was like doing hobbies.
Totally fair. It was
I was doing
really cool, really fun.
But like,
someone just said it's 119 degrees in Florida. And why does anyone live in the moist butthole that is Florida?
Like, it would get that hot in India, but India was worth it because we have great food.
That's totally fair.
You know? I don't know if the same could be said of Florida. I've never visited Florida. Maybe I would visit and I would be proven wrong.
I'm good. And I only went to Orlando. That's like the best of Florida.
Okay, so there's nothing there for me. Yeah. Our show, enough about these other RPGs. Our show is the best one on the internet. Our show's the best one.
I'm so excited for this. This is going to be so fun.
So I'm very happy for our cast that were on other productions. But I'm looking forward to having them back on this one because they're all stars and I want them all to myself.
So are you.
Just kidding. We're taking over the industry 1 gig at a time.
We're taking over everything.
You're not going to be able to get away from us.
We'll own everything. That's fine. I'm good.
3 of us have been on Dimension 20. You know, we're everywhere. You can't get away from us.
2 of us have DM'd.
2 of us have DM'd.
I've been on as a player. Like,
I'm a writer for Critical Role.
Yes, you are.
I'm a player on Ack Inc. I'm telling you, between all of us, we basically have...
We're like bad totally for people, so popular.
I feel bad for people that hate me because they see me and my friends everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I feel if you haven't purchased bronze stock, it must hurt to see me and my friends be everywhere. Like, it must suck. If you're like, I hate that.
You know, I don't think
show.
it does because I think they love to hate it.
Right? Like that.
I think it's obsessive. I think they're obsessed with you.
Bitch and her fucking show and her fucking friends. And I'm like, we're everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I just found out that like there are people that don't like me, and I'm just like, I don't care. It's none of my business.
Who wouldn't like you?
I mean, I'm very loud. I'm very obnoxious. I have a very specific style of humor that it doesn't always rub people the right way. Like, I totally understand why people wouldn't necessarily gel with me. It's honestly what other people think of me is none of my business, and it doesn't bother me.
You know, there are people that don't like me either. And
how can that be possible? Your brows are so immaculate.
I think it's because my honest opinion is I have a very strong moral code. And I think it's by virtue of being raised sick. And so I just can't. I mean, you've been around it, Steffi. I think that's why we're good friends, though, because I can be like, oh, interesting that you're working with so-and-so. Cool. I support you. I also think they're a giant piece of shit. So I'm going to ask you to watch your back. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people don't like that, but I don't want to see. I actually had a conversation with someone else in the industry that I'm not going to dox. Really dope individual. I believe you know them, Steffi. I'll text you later.
Cool.
But we talked about this exact thing, about how, like, we are the type of bitches to be like, watch your back. Mm-hmm. Get that bag.
Let's be real, though. I think that's true for a lot of POC and women in any entertainment industry, because like whisper circles are a thing you have to know and you have to watch your back. Like, there's a reason that's one of our defenses.
Yeah.
But you could also just say, "Cause they ashy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They ashy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mount St. Helens.
Mount St. Helens is actually beautiful now.
It is, but it's also the most ashy place in the United States, which is where all of them are from.
I mean, no, it is. It is super
Lotion
ashy.
your knees before you come for bronze, bitch.
It is super ashy, but it's also very lovely there at this time of year.
And I'm sure some of these people are probably very lovely underneath all the ashiness that is their personality. Sure.
I'm
sure they're nice to look at.
Friends, you need to be well hydrated. It's true.
Yeah. Yo, it's become a thing for people to tell me that they haven't moisturized, because I think it's funny to see me react like it's fucking hygiene, bitch. Moisturize.
It's such a weird thing to brag about, but I've never liked that type of humor where like you say something in passing, like, oh yeah, I just hate marshmallows. And then it becomes like, oh, hey, look, I got you marshmallows. Oh, hey, we should get it with marshmallows. And you're just like...
It's deeper than that, though, because, like, I consider moisturization to be, like, a basic facet of hygiene. Mm-hmm. Like, when you wash your body, you are depriving your moisture barrier. You are more prone to infection and disease. Like, it's not a skippable thing. Mm-mm. Like, I also don't understand how people can walk around being dry. I hate that feeling. I did that for decades.
Like, how do your
I did that for way too long.
Catch fire?
Yeah, like when I was a kid and like I didn't have lotion sometimes, like I hated my life.
Yeah, no.
And I can get real dry. My skin used to crack like tectonic plates, bitch. Like I might as well have had fault lines on my knees. It was real bad. It was real bad.
I have oil in my hair right now. That's why it's
braided. Yeah, I oil my hair all the time.
I've trained my chat to know that when mama's got oil in her hair, that's when it's braided back, so you can't tell how... I used to get called a greasy Mexican. You know what my response used to be? Listen here, bitch. I might be greasy, but you know what I don't have that you do? Dandruff.
And fried hair. And like split ends. Like I oiled my hair.
Have I called out a white girl on her dandruff? Yes.
Listen, I used to henna my hair, and I used to oil it with coconut oil. Mm-hmm. I used to do all of that because I used to be
Indian tactics. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a deep dive. Like, there were these lovely Indian women on this long hair care forum that I used to be religious about when I was like 14 to 18. Yeah. And they taught me all that shit.
Yeah.
I hennaed my hair. It was like down to my nipple. Like, it was great.
Henna is so good for your hair, but I don't like the color it leaves. So I don't
it can be a lot. Yeah.
It's a little too red for me. I like
it can turn really, especially if you layer it, it can be burgundy.
Yeah. I like my raven colored hair. But you know who does have henna colored hair? Mirayah. If you check Twitter,
Mirayah does have henna. Mirayah probably hennas her hair, actually.
Miniature that I finished for Mirayah. It was one of the harder miniatures I've done because of the level of detail, but I think I nailed it.
And the boobs.
Yeah, the boobs required some sanding because they got polygonal. They
were so big, they were polygons. They looked like they were on the N64.
Yeah, but you can still kind of see the polygon structure there, but
oh my god.
I did do my best.
I did put them on the biggest setting that Hero Forge had.
It also distorted the corset underneath to where the laces are like twisted up because it's
I mean, honestly, that's probably accurate.
Like, I don't know. Let's see if I can do this. Is it gonna focus? Camera? There we go. The laces underneath are kind of, if you go to the side,
pretty,
look at how huge they are. Wait.
They're so big. Art imitates life, baby.
They are the biggest boobs that Hero Forge will allow you to have.
I am wearing, like, in real life, I'm wearing a sports bra right now and nothing else. Like, it's accurate. I based her chest off mine. It's fine.
I do.
She has bigger hips than me, though. She's like, if I merge myself with Triss Marigold, is sort of what I've based her visually on.
I like that. I like Triss.
I like Triss, too.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Even though she acts way, 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 way more like the other one, whose name I can't remember.
Yennefer?
Yeah.
The one you can't remember. I'm okay with that. Everyone should choose.
I do love Yennefer in the TV show, though.
Yeah, in the TV show, she's cool.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Witcher games, but
I think they're fun. But I never finished the show because it just jumped around too much.
They stopped doing that in the second season. Thankfully, it was a little weird to follow. I mean, it wasn't for me because I went in knowing that a lot of people didn't. Because I watched it way later than other people, so I had already been warned. So I was like prepared and watching for the signs. So.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to get my mind on track.
No,
I found a really cool one shot for you.
You don't need to apologize for anything. I can garp with you for hours.
We could have a podcast.
I would love to have a podcast with you.
Yeah, we probably should have a podcast.
Honestly, it would be incredible.
I think that we have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, we're opinionated hoes.
Yeah, I think it would be, and we are also very different from each other as much as we are similar.
Yeah.
And I don't think people know that. Like, but we are, especially like Demi and
I am not. I am.
Oh, I don't know if I should have said oh, but
no, you're right. But actually, that's a funny thing. I am less sexual than romantic, but I make so many sexual jokes that no one knows that. I am hyper romantic. I am not demisexual. I am a very sexual person, but I am less sexual than I am romantic on that scale, which is very weird.
And I find people repulsive.
Don't get me twisted. I think they're gross too, but that doesn't mean, like, I hate the fact that I want to lick them.
I think that's our common ground, you know, where like we'll both hate somebody, but you'll hate them extra because you think they're hot. That
is so accurate. I hate when I find people attractive.
Yeah.
It angers me.
I'm lucky. Because I'm just like, I hate them and I don't find them attractive. What an ugly bitch. And you're like, I wish I felt that way.
What an ugly bitch. Yeah, no, I get really resentful when I find someone attractive. It's like, oh, you're making me feel things. How dare you?
I occasionally have a crush. Occasionally. It's rare. And when I do, it's usually for very inaccessible people, thankfully. And then I can rest easy with that, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, when I have a crush, it's Cillian Murphy. And so I never have to really deal with it. I can just be giggly and just be like, you know, which is how I never have to actually deal with it. But
see, when I have a crush on someone, I just act either cold and distant or I make fun of them.
I like that.
It's a really easy way to tell if I'm into someone. Just do look for the behavior that's exact opposite of what you would expect. That's exactly what I am. I'm a mess.
That's like what boys do in middle school.
Okay, so it's not like I neg people.
Okay, good.
Good. Like, it's not that. I'm not like purposely like trying to put them down so they find me more interesting. It's like I immediately go for the thing that will immediately make them not think I'm interested in them. Mm-hmm. And also, like, it's teasing. It's not like I'm being mean to them or mocking. Like I will, like, it's like every POC family gathering is what I do. Like, you know, like I'll roast someone. I'm not trying to like neg. Thankfully.
I mean, that's like just cultural though. We'll never not do that.
No,
we always give each other a hard time, and that's what makes this beautiful.
Yeah. And honestly, the best reaction to people interacting with me that I find attractive is for them to not find me attractive so I can get the fuck over it.
Oh, I'm like that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I am interested in someone and then they're not interested in me, I'm over it. Which is really nice. It's very my mom's like that too. And it's a good feeling to have that. I feel bad for people who aren't like that they continue to pine.
Listen, it's been a long road for me to get there. I did used to, but now I'm just sort of like, okay, I know where I stand. Let's just move on.
I have times that I pine, but it's very short, and then I get to this part where I'm like, I'm a bad bitch. And if someone's not into me,
it's also gotten better for me since I've stopped caring as much about being with someone. Like I have too much shit that I want to do, and the thought of taking time away from it for someone else makes me batty.
Yeah. So, imagine if right now someone's like, ugh.
You're doing a stream again? Like, you're on Shikar? Why did you have time for me? I'm just like,
you said you were gonna be done by 9. It's 8 o'clock. We're supposed to watch Stranger Things and like go to bed and
spoon.
Yeah. And you would be sitting there like, I would much rather be playing D&D with that bronze girl.
Honestly, 100%. Like,
you know, and instead you got to pretend that you want to watch Netflix with this dude. Cursed existence.
That's the other thing. Better. Like, if someone wants me to be like their other half, like to complete them, I want nothing to do with it. Like, you need to have your own life, your own things, and like otherwise, one, you're boring to me. Or like, it's good to have common ground, but you have to have your own interests and you have to be able to entertain yourself, because like, I'm not going to be there 24/7 for you. Like, that ain't what this is. Like, I'll be there for you, but like, do I always have to be there for you? That's like a lot.
Yeah, you know? You need someone that's also got their own shit going on, so that way when you're busy, you don't have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah, you get me. You feel me.
Yeah. I'll find someone and arrange marriage you.
Oh God, it's this person you would agree to arrange marriage me when I am broke and also
I'll
fucking
be like rishtedar, I guess, the person that made your arrangement. So if he's ever unsuitable, I'll just come over and whoop his ass.
That's great. I like that. He's already unsuitable. Please whoop his ass for my entertainment.
You know, like I will do that. So D&D.
D&D, not to be confused with these D&Ds.
D&D, double Ds.
Double Ds. They're actually F cups, but I like making double G jokes.
I'm here for it. Okay. So, let me turn this off so that way we don't hear it the entire time. Hopefully it wasn't too loud, chat.
I didn't hear shit.
Oh, don't. If that's the case. It has been 1 month since you set out from Solace Point with a small goblin warlock, a child named Lulu, and her patron.
Choices have been made.
A djinn. You are on a boat that you have chartered from not far from your hometown of Wickerfen, where you bid your two mothers a tearful goodbye as you boarded the ship to the motherland. The waters now are calm, but just a few nights ago, you were blown off course by a horrible storm. The seas themselves were lit up by the lightning strikes, turning from a dark navy blue to a beautiful azure color. But now they return once more to their slightly rippled sapphire surface, and you can't discern what lies within them past that, that first couple of feet. You reflect on the journey that has brought you here. For as you were taking your caravan of wares, merchant that you are, to the city, you came across a band of hopeless men who had stumbled into your village, seeking out help for one of their friends. A warlock in his own right who needed to change the terms of his pact. Maybe you just can't say no to a hurt puppy when you see one. But you took it upon yourself to take these three under your wing and help direct them in the right direction. But sometimes your compass doesn't point to true north. Thus, you've gone on adventures. And finally, having helped this monk warlock, this half-elf, with his quest, you all naturally find yourselves parting ways. A bit hurt, not sure when you'll see each other again, maybe hoping it's sooner rather than later. As you say this, the small goblin warlock behind you, you hear her begin to curse and sputter.
Lulu.
Yes?
What's crawled up your pants?
You see that as you say this to her, that she was building a castle out of playing cards, and the rocking of the boat has made it come crashing down. It's this stupid fucking boat with this language. I'm sorry, but it's this boat with it's rocking, and every time it gets smooth enough, we hit it on the wave, and then it falls apart again.
Darling, it's gonna keep happening. It's inevitable.
What, do you want to play cards then?
Yes, I'll play cards with you.
Do you miss everybody?
Do you want to know a secret?
Mm-hmm.
Can you actually keep it a secret? I don't fucking miss any of them. I'm joking. I miss them a lot. I miss them terribly, more than I thought I would. Why couldn't they have come with us?
I don't know. Valym said he had something to do. Maybe Valym needs to spend some time, because kind of felt like he was fighting with people, or that he was upset.
Maybe a little.
And
I don't think I helped with that much.
I miss Ajax a lot. But
me too.
Ajax has to help Granny. And I guess I miss Master Scorpio the most because he's my sensei. But you've been a pretty great teacher too. But you guys teach me different things.
Yeah, he teaches you a moral backbone, and I teach you how to steal without getting caught.
Yeah. Also, we do more magic stuff, and
that's fair.
Scorpio teaches me how to train my body so that it supports my mind, which is helpful.
That is very helpful. I'm not good at any of that stuff.
That's okay. She'll help you. She gestures towards the back of like this small ship you're on, to the general direction of where her patron is.
She has really traveled with us the entire time. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I think she has a personal stake in this between you and me.
Any idea what it is?
I have theories.
What are those?
She gets in like super close. I hear that not all djinns get along.
Ah, I see. Well, no one of any walk of life gets along with everyone of their same type. Look at me and the Fen. I don't see eye to eye with all the other hags, so to speak.
I've heard.
Or most of them.
That one of her estranged kin is across the ocean.
Ah.
So I wonder if this is a personal score for her to settle. Or at least look into. The lady isn't really a vengeful type, you know? Sometimes she just likes to keep track of things. She tells me that being in the know is very useful.
It is. You can get a lot with information. Believe me, you really can. Worth a pretty coin if someone's willing to pay for it too.
Yeah, sometimes I think about what I'm gonna do for a living, but I don't really think I have to worry because I'm an heiress.
An heiress?
Yeah, an heiress.
Well, that's a good thing to know, but...
Yeah, my dad owns Shikar. It's a candy store. It's a chain. It's pretty big. You probably heard of it. There's one near the stacks. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, yeah. Ajax.
I'm joking. I know.
Oh.
Hoodwinkle is an acquaintance of mine.
Oh,
I know what your family's up to.
Yeah. We are purveyors of goods and goods and services and materials and things like of that nature, I guess.
I'm surprised that your father lets you wander around willy-nilly.
Well, he's not exactly happy about it.
Didn't think so. But there's no stopping you when you set your mind to something, huh, Lulu?
Well, yeah. 'Cause I gotta go out and do stuff. And make stuff. And that way, people can't be like, oh, you didn't do anything. Your dad did everything. 'Cause I could be like, well, no, I did stuff too. Look at this. And I'll have a tapestry made of all my exploitation.
So you're going to have your diaries translated into a tapestry? Is that the end goal?
Yes.
Sure, Valym will love that.
Find a very good weaver to weave.
That's going to be a long tapestry, at least 40 yards worth, maybe 41?
I'm going to have a big room so that it could go around all the walls.
You're going to have to probably wrap it around in a spiral.
Oh, that would be so cool. And then it's like a maze. You have to, and then my bed will be in the center of it. And I'll sleep in the middle of my legends. I was going to get them all tattooed on my body, but
do you have enough space?
Probably not, and I also don't like needles.
That is kind of a detriment to getting a tattoo.
That's how they do it, you know. I saw a dwarf doing it in Leavenworth, and he had this like pointy bamboo stick. It was just poof, 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 poof. It didn't look good. And
Stabbing the ink right into you?
Yeah, the orc he was doing it on had his pants down. He was getting it done right on his booty cheek, and it was gross. It was.
What were you doing watching? Did you sneak in?
Of course I snuck in.
You will get into all sorts of places no child should be.
Probably. Do you know one time Ajax took me to a gentleman's review?
Yes, I know. You keep saying that I look like the main dancer. That was there.
You could make a killing there if you ever want to leave this life behind.
You know, I do pretty well for myself as a merchant. I think I'm good.
Okay. Because she just came out and danced for a little bit. People were throwing money at her.
I imagine getting coins thrown at you hurts a little bit, though.
She was made out of fire, so I bet she could just melt down her coins and make cool stuff out of it.
Probably. Was she wearing any gold?
No, she was barely wearing anything at all.
Someday I'll get the full story of why Ajax brought you there.
I don't remember. I think there was a good reason.
You're learning a little bit too much from Scorpio.
Oh.
Do you also have a memory thing?
Only when I want to. She
That's right.
deals you a hand of cards.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an intelligence check. She plays a very complicated game called Bobby, and she's tried to explain it to you 3 times, but you get the feeling it's a goblin game.
Or cheating. Hold on. Intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
That is dirty 20.
Yeah. You think you've got the gist of the rules at this point. It only took 6 games of her being like, you can't play that card. You can't play that one either. And now you think
it's like playing spades.
Yeah. It's a variation on bridge. You think you've got it.
I've played a lot of card games, but not this one.
Oh yeah, my dad used to play it with my uncles, and I would watch. They are all a lot better than me, though. She like plays a card.
I play another card.
Oh, you got a pair there. That's pretty fancy. It would be.
Hey, what's known as a fancy bitch?
If I were to turn that into my 3 of a kind.
But what if I turn that into a full house?
Wow, you actually won!
Look at me learning.
Now you're a worthy opponent. She gets all the cards together and shuffles again.
Oh no, now you're gonna try.
As she does, you hear a bell from the ship's captain, who you have hired to take you to the isle you're going to. Mm-hmm. And you see, as the bell is ringing, Lulu jump up and point at a thin line of land in the distance.
It's not the mainland.
It is! She goes running up to the prow, kind of like grabbing, you know, the safety part of it, almost throwing herself over the edge, straining her eyes to look further.
Don't go over the edge.
Oh.
I'll hold the back of her lunga. Just like, no.
Oh, wow. We've been at sea for so long. And indeed,
really
it has been about 2 weeks that you've been at sea.
I've never been to the mainland before. Most of the people in the village haven't. We're not exactly welcome there.
Do you see it? And she points up. You see parrots circling each other as they try to fly back to the mainland. They have beautiful pink, like fuchsia plumage that's speckled with yellow and green.
Never seen a bird like that.
I want to catch one and have it.
As a pet or as dinner?
As a familiar. And then I could say, this is my familiar. It's very exotic. It's imported.
We've got to get you a fine familiar scroll. We're gonna do it.
Maybe.
No, we can make it that a mission. I'm sure there's something on the mainland.
Neela Isle.
Hmm.
Neela means blue.
And isle means isle.
What's an isle?
Like an island.
Why don't they call it island?
I don't know. Map makers like to be fancy. I'm sure there's some reason.
But it's not blue.
Maybe not during the daytime. It's probably something. Maybe it's named for the water.
Oh! But there's water everywhere.
Maybe it's particularly blue there. I'm not really sure.
Oh.
Or maybe the people are just sad because they're on the mainland full of people that hate women.
That's true.
Although I guess this is off the mainland, but...
That's also true. I don't think we're gonna go to the mainland.
This is so closer than I've ever been.
Are you scared?
A little, yeah. I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what this place is going to be like.
It's okay.
Your lady hasn't exactly told us much about it. I just sort of agreed to come.
She'll take care of us.
And as she says this, you see Lulu's patron come almost gliding across the deck of the ship. When she walks, her skirts kind of flow and one in front of the other as she places one foot perfectly in front of the other. And she barely makes a sound. Her hair is pulled up high now. And you can see like the faintest bit of dew at her brow as like the midday sun is kind of beating down on her. She pulls out a fan and like fans herself gently as she comes to join you. We are almost there.
Yeah, so about that. You're going to tell us why we're there now? That we're, in sight of the island and stuff?
You seem nervous.
I am nervous. There's nothing seemly about it.
Why are you nervous?
The last time my people were this close to the mainland, they got ousted.
I suppose you're right.
I mean, yeah, that's history.
It is history. And today we will find out the true root of your history. For history is written by someone, is it not?
Usually the victor.
So we will get an account from the losers.
Wouldn't that be us?
Yes.
Wait. Are there people like us that were left behind?
Perhaps. We may have to commune with the past to see things properly. Or distant descendants.
We're not about to slip into a bag, are we?
No.
Okay. Just checking, because that's been a concern in the past.
A bag? What kind of bag?
A bag containing some sort of dimensional portal to some place in between worlds or time, or I don't really know. Valym's very hard to follow sometimes.
I can only travel between a few select realms. I don't think any of them will be of use to us today.
I can't really do it at all, although I've visited more than one. Weirdly, at that point. Really, in like a few short months with those fellas, I really did a lot of weird things.
They are
Like a lot.
Interesting.
That's one way of putting it. I kind of miss them.
She's learned a bit from them. She motions to Lulu. And Lulu says, but yeah, but they also learned a lot from me, so.
Sorry.
You're fine. They, you know, they learn things and stuff too.
Yeah. Like they have to check every single time they turn a corner to make sure you're not creeping behind them as they have a private conversation.
Ah!
Little eavesdropper.
Information is power. And she curtsies
Information is power.
To her patron.
But you know what also helps? When you respect the people that are caring for you.
I would never betray you, though.
You betrayed me before to them.
Well, I'll betray you to each other.
That's really reliable of you, Lulu.
Yeah, because I keep it in the family.
Comment on that. I'm just going to say, you're lucky you're cute, Lulu. Very lucky you're cute.
She like does this funny thing where she takes like the bottom of her langa skirt and like ties it up like it's pants, like grabbing the middle of it and kind of like creating this like dhoti-esque thing by tucking it in, creating a knot. It's almost
Girding
like
her loins.
Yeah, she's in like battle mode. She stands there with her fluffy purple embroidered pants.
Well, I'm ready for bat.
As she says this, you see a hand covered in henna and a ring on every finger, kind of like put the hand down on her head as her patron says, you will not be a part of this, Lulu. You can come ashore, but you will stay close to the ship. You see Lulu begin to protest.
What? This is bull excrement. I should be allowed to go too and hear the stories and fight the people and kill the.
It'll be better when I tell you later. I'll embellish a lot.
Okay, fine. But you have to bring me back something really good. If there's a market or a store or a bird. If you could bring me back
or something I can steal.
Yeah, if you could steal a bird from the aisle.
I'm going to try and find you a fine familiar scroll. Is what I'm going to try and find.
Oh, that works too.
But if not, I'll hit you something else.
I will definitely stay near the boat.
Try not to cause too much trouble for the sailors that are running the thing.
They love me.
As she like whirls around, you see one of the deckhands like literally duck.
Oh yeah. The people that love us definitely duck and hide. Wait. No, that tracks with my experience. That does track with my experience. That's what they do. Yeah.
I animated his mop one time. I thought it'd be
Did you animate it to help him or to chase him around the ship on the poop deck? We know the answer to this. You don't need to answer it. It's rhetorical.
You said poop.
That's what it's called.
A poop deck.
We're on the poop right now.
We're on the poop. She said we're on the poop. And you just see like her patron kind of ignore the remark as she like prepares to, I guess, disembark the vessel. After some time, the ship lazily pulls into port.
Sounds like my ex. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Nope.
It's a small vessel. It's easily, piloted by 3 people. About the size of a Viking ship is the best way to describe it. And Lulu's patron begins to like like motion to them to like put down the jetty, the whatever it's called, the thing you disembark a ship with. Begins her descent down. The port itself is not like the bustling port you left on the continent that you leave behind you. This one is quiet. There's a few small creaking fishing boats that are bobbing lazily in the bay, but the bay itself is beautiful. You see palm trees galore. You see beautiful beaches with, you know, they're kind of rockier in nature than you would expect. And in fact, you also see a couple of large sea turtles kind of sunning themselves on the beach. There's like one elderly
Jasmine,
portman.
you just became really muffled for no reason.
Oh, is it better now?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. There's like one elderly portmaster who, you know, comes to like take note of the ship. And you notice he doesn't even carry out an inspection, which is pretty typical to see what is being brought to shore. Instead, he just puts out a hand, and Lulu's patron presses a couple of coins into it and says, we won't be staying long. And walks across the landing.
I sort of eye the portmaster and then the patron and then just like do the like scoot after, like the awkward scoot after someone's already left and you're like, ah!
Mm-hmm. You hear Lulu behind you waving.
I would have to turtle to play with. Bye.
All right. Well, also, if any of the people around the ship act weird, Eldritch blast them.
I'll make sure no one takes off without us.
And as she does this, she turns around and does her finger guns at another one of the ship hands, one of the 3 ship hands. You see them duck, and you hear her laugh.
Oh, she's got them well trained, at least.
And you hear the patron say, yes, she'll make sure our ship doesn't go anywhere.
Now that I have you alone, do you have a name that I can call you besides Lulu's patron?
You can call me Conch.
Conch. Like the shell?
Yes. Similar to the shell, or also a word for glass in Lulu's language.
I see. Conch it is then. I still don't know why you're helping me.
I have a vested interest. To not disclose this would be dishonest of me.
Well, as long as I don't end up dead or with a weird evil man in my head, I think that's a good thing.
I have no intent of killing you or allowing you to come to harm. That being said, we are going someplace dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Lulu, there's only so much I can do to protect you, as you do not contain a vestige of my power. My
I've got plenty of my own.
Manifests as wishes. But, as we will learn here, sometimes wishes have their own cost.
Well, that sounds foreboding.
It is.
All right, now I'm terrified. Let's go.
She leads you down the road. The sun is kind of beating down on you now. It's super hot here. You seek out shade where you can. But the isle itself is beautiful. It's humid, but there are gorgeous flowers everywhere, especially as you go inland. The landscape itself is a little bit mountainous and there are tropical birds everywhere you look, kind of flying across the sky in flocks. And the small houses you see speckled here and there are either uninhabited or only have a few people in them. Like the small villages and townships have kind of dispersed and given way to just a few homesteaders.
Interesting.
It gets hotter as the day wears on. And at some point, Conch stops to like allow you to rest in the shade of a large tree. She kind of waves her arm, and the area around you cools a little bit more as she does so.
That feels legendary. I might have to swear myself to your service now. It's so hot. It's humid.
You see her.
My underboob sweat has underboob sweat. I don't even want to know what swamp is growing in my downstairs.
She laughs, and her laugh is a bit musical. From a pocket unknown, she pulls out like a hookah that has like a light, cool mist coming off of it, and she like inhales and then exhales, kind of reclining herself as she conjures like a large tufted pillow behind her. And as she does so, she says, why not ask your god for help? And you can't help but notice a smile play at the edge of her lips.
I think you know the reason for that.
Did they talk to you when they were alive?
No, not really. I don't know when they died, though. It might have been before I even signed up for the gig.
I find such blind faith interesting.
If I'm honest with you, it was less faith in the God itself and more the teachings and my friend, who was very devout and very kind to me in the stacks. Taught me to find peace with certain things, I guess.
With death?
Death as not just an end, but a beginning. The cycle that we're all on, respecting it, less than fearing it.
Interesting. Are friends important to you?
I have few enough of them. So the ones that I do have are important to me, I guess. I don't trust easily. For good reason.
Probably wise. Why do you trust me or Lulu or Scorpio?
Well, for the record, I don't fully trust you. Lulu's bad at keeping secrets. And as far as the others, we weren't together for very long in hindsight, but it felt like we were. And I grew to trust him because of that. And because Scorpio couldn't remember to lie.
Lulu tells me that you're angry with them when they're in danger.
Lulu says a lot of things. I'm very well in control of my temper.
Lulu's not a good liar by your own admission.
All right, I don't like it when they put themselves in danger. So? What are you trying to say?
Wouldn't concern be a more natural
concerned about
emotion?
their stupidity?
Do you perceive...
What are you trying to imply?
Do you view care as a weakness?
Well, I think that's good enough for us. We should get going to where we're supposed to go. There's a big island to cover. We got a long way to walk. And yeah, I think I'm good here. Just gonna get up.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
As you do this, she pulls out, like she blows, she's like, as she's getting ready, let me rephrase it, as she's getting ready to put her hookah away, she takes like an extra long drag. You hear the bubbles inside of it kind of gurgle. You smell mint in the air. And as she takes an incredibly long drag, you wonder how someone could truly inhale so much.
How big are your lungs?
And she breathes out. You see a large smoke cloud begin to form of thick vapor. It's huge, and as it passes over you, you feel like a tingly mintiness. And as it passes like past you and through you, and finally she stops, she motions, and you see a large elephant-shaped cloud that slowly becomes solid and forms an actual elephant, complete with a little riding seat on top.
Well, that's certainly convenient.
Yes.
It's a little large to ride, don't you think? It's like very high up the ground.
Well, this is my only mount. Is it suitable?
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm not afraid of heights. I'm really not. I can fly. It's just, it's big. Really big.
She motions to the elephant. It comes over. It's albino, because it's that same color as the smoke. It's like a pale white color. It has very kind eyes, little tiny tusks, and it has like a rune inscribed on the forehead that comes down onto the trunk.
Well, aren't you precious? What's your name?
Her name is Ronnie.
Rana?
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold out a hand to stroke the trunk.
She allows you to. She like touches your face with her trunk to like get to know you.
Okay. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, I can do it.
Here. And Conch hands you a mango to feed to the elephant.
Like whole or just like, should I peel it?
They eat it whole.
Okay. I give a mango to the elephant.
She takes it from you and like eats it very gleefully.
Mirayah's eyes were like full little girl round saucers, just like.
Okay, bravery now, Ronnie. And she like does like a quick gesture. You see Ronnie kind of go down onto.
Your mic got muffled again.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on.
It goes away as soon as you move it. I don't know what's going on.
Weird. She gestures to the elephant. You see the elephant kind of kneel down on two knees, just enough for you to grab on to like a sort of tassel that's hanging over the end and try to climb into the rider's seat.
Okay. Wow, I'm suddenly noticing I really am top heavy. It's a workout.
You get aboard, and so does Conch very easily. And then she taps Ronnie lightly. And you notice like Conch sits side saddle as the elephant gets up and begins to plod in a direction. And you see her kind of petting the elephant's hindquarters and not really like directing it at all. And just there's like a sort of empathic link between them. This is much better, she says, pulling out her fan again and like fanning herself, now kind of like half laid back on the elephant.
It is a lot nicer. There's a breeze up here in the movement.
Yes, it's too bad we're so far up.
What do you mean?
From the ground.
I'm not afraid of heights. It's just big. I can fly.
She laughs. And we're almost there. Do you see it? The ruined city? She points out the crumbling walls of a beautiful sandstone city in the distance.
That isn't.
It must be. You get a sense that her eyes can see things that you can't, as she's like gazing across the horizon. I must admit, worse condition than what I had anticipated.
Yeah.
Smells of regicide.
Well, that would be par for the course. I didn't know that it was this destroyed, though.
Yes. That might bode better for you. Maybe your people don't have to scratch a living in a swamp anymore.
No one said they can come back to a crumbling ruin?
The despot is dead.
Looks like the kingdom is, too.
That can be fixed. We just have to see who has taken up residence in its corpse.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
You see her like sniff again. There is something ominous in the air here. The stench of it gets worse as we move inland. Bad things have transpired here. Good ones too. But there's a psychic residue in the air. World-altering magics have been wielded here.
That does track with what I know. Unless you think it's more than what I've been told.
Well, what have you been told?
The king was corrupt, and going through the women of the kingdom, forcing them to be with him, and that the women learned magic to counteract it and make any woman that drew his eye invisible to him. And eventually he took umbrage with that and started a war between him and the powerful women.
This is a good place. As she like looks around at the fields around you, and she says, "The earth is rich with condensed arcana."
Yeah, I feel it too.
Would be
Lots of room
useful.
for powerful magic.
Would be useful for spell components.
Maybe I should take some of this oil with me.
It may be difficult to acquire. As she like continues the journey with you, you notice like she gets more concerned. Like her sort of languid way of talking kind of begins to fall away a bit. She kind of sits up a little straighter. She's no longer fanning herself. And as the city gets closer, you see corpses along the road, long since desiccated. They're skeletons, truly. You see ruined farmsteads leading up to the main road, fields that were once used to grow taro and coffee, and you see nearby, you can still see the ocean where like you think maybe it flooded here, leaving behind like rich soil in its wake. The city itself looks to have suffered a grand battle, and Conch is no longer like, you see like her brow is now knitted permanently in the middle.
What do you feel?
Warding magic.
Old or new?
I wonder if someone anticipated my arrival here.
Warded against you? Why would they know that you're here? I thought you were coming.
Don't know. Who do you think would have given us away?
The only ones who knew that we were here were, well, my family. Not even the other people of the village. Not even they knew where we really were going. Didn't exactly think they would take well to me coming back to the old homeland. And then Leander and the others, but I can't imagine they would say anything.
Do you trust them?
Well, Leander's got a big mouth. I don't know if that changed since he's, like, stable, but I don't think the others would.
Let us hope not.
Not exactly instilling confidence in me in that.
No. As you continue moving forward on the elephant, you come to the gates of the city. They are thrown open. And they stand like a giant portal or like a mouth in front of you. Inside you see honestly what looks to be rot. Like the tapestries that hang here at one point were probably vibrant in color, but now have grown faded, caked with mud, dust, and fungi even. And you smell the faintest smell of spices in the air, as though at one point maybe this was a market, but has long since lain dormant. You can still see the stalls, but their roofs are caved in and everything is caked in a thick blanket of dirt.
I don't think we're gonna find something for Lulu here. I thought there'd be something here. I didn't think it would be this.
Huh.
None of the stories say that everything was gone after they left.
No. It's especially disturbing. This is Nila Killa. It's a fort town. And you do see like beautiful towers at all four corners against the walls, complete with arrow slits. Like the fortifications here were pretty great and the people inside flourished because of it.
Did we do this?
Your people?
Yeah.
I don't know. She, like, disembarks the elephant very gracefully, kind of landing, almost like in slow motion.
I follow her, but definitely not graceful. Land on my butt.
She helps you up. She gives Ronnie an appreciative pat on the leg. And
thank you, Ronnie.
begins to walk in. Ronnie, like, pets you gently with her trunk as you pass.
Mirayah will hesitate by the gate. Why do I get the feeling that once I walk into this, it's going to be very different from what it looks like on the outside?
Let us hope
Caution
that
it.
is not the case.
It feels like a threshold. More than just being one, you know?
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure. Arcana. Ooh, that's good. That is a 23.
You do feel an arcane threshold coming from the portal. Like from this entryway. You feel like a A line has been drawn in an arcane fashion.
There's something here.
That's funny. I don't sense anything.
How can you not? It's so blatant.
And as she reaches out to touch this sort of barrier you speak of, you see her like recoil in pain.
Are you all right?
I cannot pass through here. Nor
Maybe if I try taking it down?
Detect it.
I'll cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. Give me a con save as you do so.
Okay, that's not a good one for me.
You do
Actually,
get
no, it is.
advantage
It is.
since you're
It is.
native too.
Okay, cool. 14 on the first on the die. And then an 11. So that is a dirty 20 for con.
You feel like it's about to come down, and then you feel yourself pushed back several feet. Your shoes leave like 2 trenches in the dirt as you move down the pathway that kind of brought you up here, this big sort of thoroughfare that led to this once great city.
That was fucking rude. The spell just pushed me. What's going on here?
Strange.
So you're not going to be able to come in with me? Can I even enter? I'll like go up and touch the...
Your hand passes through effortlessly.
This doesn't feel good.
No, it's alarming.
Is this what you were sensing as far as a ward?
I think so. I think there are other provisions inside. It's troubling that I cannot detect it. Whoever set this is familiar with my abilities.
Your abilities or you in particular?
Maybe both. I am not sure if you should venture within.
We didn't come all this way for nothing. You thought there was something I needed to see here, right?
Yes. Let me think. I know. If you would permit, I can establish a telepathic link between us.
That's different than living inside my head, right?
You have my word.
Okay, that's not a lot to go on. Who am I kidding? Sure, why not? I've done freakier stuff.
She like inhales and exhales, and as she does, that same smoke comes out again and envelops
not
you.
The smoke again.
As you wave it out of your face,
it's like my mother's on holiday.
Do hear her in the back of your mind, and she says, yes, I can travel with you as an echo.
Can you see what I see?
Yes.
All right, well, I guess I'm going in.
Be careful.
I'll try. Why do I feel like this is the stupidest thing I've ever done? I'll walk through the threshold.
As you do, you see a physical, or psychic manifestation of Conch kind of next to you. It's black and shadowy, kind of like an echo, but you get the idea that she can see everything you see and she can talk to you. You're sure that no one else can see or hear this shadowy, inky black figure that kind of wanders with you.
All right. What do we see beyond the threshold?
Give me a perception check.
gladly. You've been rolling well for me thus far. Okay. Apparently all I needed was a one-shot. That is a 24. I rolled a 17. I have a 7 to perception.
Yeah. Well, with that high, first of all, you see not all of the market stalls are completely empty. In fact, there's one near the back that has little wooden flutes and little wooden tops. They're all very carefully whittled and painted, and it looks like the more valuable things were grabbed from the market in haste, but no one thought to grab these children's toys. There's one that's shaped like a snake, like a king cobra.
All right, well, Lulu's going to have to like that one. And I swipe it.
Yeah. They're all like a light wood color and painted in like pink and green primarily. And as you look around the market with that 24, you also see off in the distance like what looks to be a library. There's like signs pointing in a few different ways. There's a central keep to the castle, or to the sort of fort town you're in. There's an armory off to the side. The blacksmith is cold and has not been used in quite some time. There's a barracks that your eye wanders over off to the right, as well as an abandoned stables.
I go to the library.
When you come upon the library building, you notice this building has been sort of made with great care. It is like the second tallest tower that sits within the walls of the Killa. And on the outside of it, you see like a beautiful kind of relief that has like a large book with glowing runes on it, which is how you knew it was the library.
Your voice has gone out again.
Ah, god damn it.
What happens when I tell you and you correct it? What do you do?
Nothing. I don't do anything. It's so weird. It's like my
That's
mic's
weird.
been cutting in and out on my stream too. I don't know what's up with it. But yeah, you see this like sort of the sign of the library is like a large sculpture of an open book, and it has runes sort of on it in glowing colors. And inside you see that the library shelves have been like sort of emptied of their more rare tomes, and the common ones are left behind. You see at one point this was also barricaded as people like defended themselves inside. Some of the bookshelves have been like stacked on top of each other to create a barrier, but it's since been broken through, so entering is not difficult for you. Around you, you see some skeletons strewn about in scholarly attire, as well as an assortment of like armed guards. You see some helmets kind of rolling on the floor, a couple of cracked spears, and a few odd books lying around.
I'll look closely at the scholarly corpses.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Sure. All right. Investigation's not great, but I have a 2. I am rolling so well this time. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a nat 1. I know it. I feel it in my bones.
You find the body of what appears to be the librarian. They are clutching a tome that has like the record in it of the books that were sort of checked out, whom they were checked out by, as well as a few other odds and ends. You find a key. It is like a heavy iron key with a like ornamental kind of attachment on the ring. that has like a large ruby embedded in this sort of keychain. It's the only ring, or the only key on the ring. And you also find a few spell components if you want to make note of them.
Okay.
You find 3 lodestones.
1 second. 3 lodestones.
2 bat wings.
Bat wing.
And a diamond.
And a diamond. Ooh, and a diamond. Cool. How do I add custom items to this? Hold on 1 second.
You're fine.
Oh, there we go. Hold on. So that was how many bat wings?
2.
2. Diamond. And 2 lodestones?
I think it was 3 lodestones, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just normal lodestones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And then the record keeping book. Okay. I'll take the key and all the items, and I will flip through the book to see if there was anything of note that was once here.
As you look through the book, the things that stick out to you are some of the nature of the tomes that were kept here. You find that there is a few different books that are from a section of this book repository that you would describe as the annals of the city. Like, you think you might be able to find what you need regarding history there. There's a few regarding arcana. You wonder if there's an arcanum here that you might be able to consult. And you also get the sense from like a couple of checkouts of equipment that there is an alchemical laboratory on site.
All right. I will go off in search of the annals first. See if there's like an archival section.
As you
eventually
say this, you notice like the echo of Conch next to you is like looking over the corpses you were looking over. And she says, Civil War.
Civil War?
See? The armor matches on both, but the color is different. It's of the same make.
So the people that were fighting are here too in the bodies?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense.
Casualties.
Can you tell which side was which?
On both sides. No. No, I cannot. I don't recognize this sigil. And you see like an X with a circle around it.
Do I recognize it at all?
Give me a history check.
This is going to be the not one I'm calling you right now. A 4.
Oh,
what do I add to history?
You've never... Oh, yeah.
2. A strong 6.
You haven't seen this before.
No. I don't recognize it either.
She like follows behind you as you like move towards the record halls.
Maybe there's something in the records that can tell us.
As you look, like as you kind of go up the staircase to the second floor of this tower that has the records in it, you notice like a long since defunct elevator on one end that is pulled back and forth by some arcane mechanism that has since been broken. You can see that one of the crystals is still there in the top of the elevator shaft, but is cracked, whereas the one down below is still kind of levitating the platform in place and is still faintly glowing with a light green energy. The record hall itself is full of like soot, and you get the sense that at some point a fire was set here, maybe not intentionally, but as a result of combat. In fact, some of the scorch marks that you notice on the floor would align with those of your own fireball.
Definitely a magic war. That tracks. Do I see anything like that's remaining that isn't scorched or completely gone?
Yeah. Give me another investigation check. Go ahead and add 2 since you have Conch helping you.
Okay. So that means I add a 4 total. That's an 18.
Yeah, you are able to find something. You're able to find a very old hand-painted illustrated book. These are rare, especially because in order for them to be passed down, someone had to sit and carefully copy it down from someone else. And as you look over it, you realize it is the depiction that you had heard of in myth of an old tyrant king that would take maidens that he found to be easy on the eyes as his wives. And you see, like, as you're reading the story, one of his wives growing very angry with him. This is the part of the story that's different from what you remember. Because from the telling of this tale that you know of, it is this woman that casts a spell, shielding all other maidens from the king's eye. But in this, you see a pact is struck with an entity, and this entity gives her this boon.
Sounds like Scorpio.
Yes. Or
is this entity, is it something like you?
She looks perturbed, and she says, I had my suspicions. That would explain the wards.
So this being was a djinn.
If it's who I think he is, and he meddled here, it makes sense they would have erected barriers to keep him out.
Who is he?
A cousin.
And this cousin have a name, perhaps, that you could enlighten me to?
Well, you know, names aren't something that one can wield lightly.
All right. Is there a name that I could call that isn't a true name?
He is fiery, angry.
Fiery, angry.
A good nickname would be Ember.
Don't they call angry djinns ifrits?
You're not wrong.
I see. I don't know that much about djinn. But this sort of pact was struck with one of the women that led to this.
Yes.
And how did the other witches of the Fen come to be? Were they all bonded by the pact, or?
Yeah, she gently takes the book from you, and you see the pages kind of they kind of flutter through your hands, but you get the sense that she's reading it kind of through your eyes. She's gonna make an Arcana check. Oh, that's a 32.
Dang! Dang!
Yeah. You see the colored pages and the hand drawings fly past, and she stops on a page and she says, here, they discovered the true nature of the spell. And you notice the page she leads to is that from your recollection of the tale, the women were invisible to the king. But in this telling, the women were made to look undesirable, like hags.
Oh, well, that explains a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
I suppose it does amount to the same thing to a desirous man.
Except it happened to every man. And she like turns the page. Yeah. And there were those that wished to find a way to break the pact. And there were those that wished to remain in it, as it gave them great arcane powers.
And the ones that left were the ones that
broke free from
and
the
I
magic.
was raised with.
Yes. And the others became strong magic users. And she turns the page and you see a wizened old woman with a long crooked nose and hunchbacked, like holding a man's head over like a giant bubbling cauldron.
It created actual hags.
It would seem so. But
are they still here?
That is what remains to be determined. We may
Why did this tale change so much?
Into a spider's nest.
Why would they have said? Did the legend just change over the centuries, or was it changed purposely?
Who can tell with such things? But I think you should hold on to this book.
I agree, and I'll put the book in my pack.
I also think we should be careful.
I think that we should be very careful. And I don't wish to leave yet, but if the creatures that still cast the ward are here, they know we're here.
Yes. And this is the first time you see that Conch is worried. Sometimes getting in is easier than getting out.
Oh no. We need to get out of here. I know that there's other places I'd like to see here, but...
My heart also worries for my ward.
Outside the city limits. How far can I cast a message? Oh, it's only 120 feet. I need sending. Ugh. You are physically at the entrance to the city, are you not?
Yes, but
can you keep the connection and go back to Lulu?
I can, but I cannot leave you here in the jaws of a beast.
I'll still have the connection. You can guide me. I'm worried about Lulu too. I know she can handle herself, but these creatures are incredibly powerful.
If you can find a way to weaken their ward, I can get you out. I can give you a door.
You don't think I'm going to be able to leave, do you?
I have my doubts.
Right.
You are proficient with magic. You are useful to them, alive or dead.
There's an arcanum somewhere in the library and an alchemical lab. If there's anything that I can use to weaken the word, I'll find information there and maybe the abilities, the components I need.
Yes. Barricade the door. I'll be back.
Right. Okay, there's a lot of doors in here. I'm going to go barricade the front and the back and the side.
As you go to the front door, you do see that all of a sudden the city that you came in that was like sunny and bright, it now looks like night to your eyes.
Not enough time has passed for that to have happened.
You hear kind of coming in through the door a sound, a voice.
Closing the door. Closing the door.
Smells yummy.
Oh, they're already in here, aren't they? Hello.
Ooh, it speaks. Yes, sister.
Oh no, there's more than one.
It smells local. You know I love locally grown. The better to bind my spell books with. It has pretty golden skin for a pretty golden book.
I like my skin right where it is, thank you.
Oh, but it's hair.
You feel your hair like kind of move, but as you like instinctively would like go to do it, you don't see a hand there.
Oh no, are they invisible?
No, you think they're just fucking with you with like a little what is it?
Mage hand?
Not mage hand, the other one.
Big bees.
I can't think of it. It's the where you like create harmless illusory effects.
Minor illusion?
Yes. It's like that. They're like conjuring like wind in your hair.
Well, at least one thing stayed the same with my relatives. Why don't you come out and have a chat?
Ah, it's a rebel. Let's gut it.
Please don't.
Let's string it up. We should burn it. Burn the little witch.
Right, and then you'll eat me and my innards and blah, 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 right?
But I want my book binding. Let's skin her first, then. Yes, yes.
There's not enough skin for all of you to have a book made of me.
We'll stretch it.
Even if you stretch it?
Give me an intimidation check.
Cool. Let's see. I'm going to use a luck point for my new feat. Nat 20.
Woo!
Woo!
You see
Okay.
them like, you hear them kind of whisper amongst each other.
It has old blood. Rebellious blood. It won't go easy. It shunned the pack, it's weak. Even in weakness, the enemy can be dangerous. But the components, sisters, we could do much with it. Yes, I want another broom.
How long have you been here?
You see them like kind of stirred from their musings, like startled that you speak back.
Longer than you. We've been here for many moons, growing more and more powerful with each turning of the tide.
Is one of you the one that originally cast the spell?
Who knows? Why would you join us?
My mother told me that you were all made invisible. And that you killed the men.
Your mother. And where is she?
Elsewhere.
A coward that fled.
Well,
Not
I might
meant
flay
for
too if I was going to look like you for the rest of my life.
Not meant for greatness.
No, but you were meant for ugly.
You see one hiss. And you hear another voice call out,
Oh, that's so harsh. Ugly?
Wait, do they look ugly to me?
give me a perception check. Are you like looking out?
I'm like trying to see them. Yeah.
Yeah. You have the illustrations from the books. And
yes, but
horrible.
I'm not a man, so I don't know if it affected everyone or them. Perception. That is dirty 20.
Yeah. As you like peer out in that crack between the two doors, you do see like an old woman kind of like wandering back and forth in the street, talking to people that are either above her or behind her. She seems to be talking to the air around her as she like struts back and forth. And you notice she has her hair is kind of concealed under a shroud, a tattered shroud she wears around her that is black and painted with like runes made of moss. And her face, where she would have one eye, instead she has a second mouth. And two of them speak like to each other. The other eye looks like a goat's eye and just kind of like swivels about in the socket, kind of taking everything in. And her body is kind of twisted from her excessive use of magic.
Well, I guess it's not just the spell anymore. Can I do anything to barricade this door? Literally nothing. Oh, I can cast. I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay. You cast on yourself protection from good and evil. It works. What would you like to do?
I close the door. And I find the nearest table or the heaviest thing that I can actually lift and put it against the door.
Okay.
And even knowing that they are incredibly magical, and that's going to be a difficult thing to manage, but I need to find the Arcanum.
There are bookcases here. You're able to kind of pull them down and put them against the door. And from what you've already discovered of this book repository, you know that the first floor and the second floors you've already charted them, so the Arcanum, if anywhere, would be up.
I knew I should have brought Julian with me. Anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs.
As you go upstairs, give me a acrobatics check.
Oh no.
But because you have protection from evil and good, roll with advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna need that. I suppose I could try stealthing. I have advantage in that, but Dex is not my strong suit. That's a 15.
You feel like the voice that you heard kind of echoing above you, like you hear it once more. And as it says like, now, and strikes down on you, but you are able to dive out of the way. Since you've got that protection from good and evil, like your spidey sense goes off and you dive out of the way.
These bitches are fast.
This one that you see before you is the haughty voice that was talking about binding you into a book. You notice that her mouth is like sealed shut. The skin has grown over it. And instead, like you're not sure like where the voice comes from. Her eyes are like, they have like one slit that kind of just goes across. Like, so the I don't know how to describe it, but like, it's like her eyes are like a line that rest inside, like, you know, her socket, if that makes sense.
Okay, when she comes down on me, can I just kick her down the stairs?
Yeah, roll the hit.
Okay. Come on. That's a 4.
You go to kick her and she deftly dodges under your leg, kind of coming up on the stair next to you. Let me see. She's going. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
She instead says, "My turn." And when she kicks you, you fall, but you don't fall down the stairs. You fall into darkness.
Ah!
You see, like, the walls kind of come up around you, and then you smell something. It smells like acidic and sour, and you plunge into green liquid, and as your head breaks the surface, you realize you are inside a cauldron.
Oh god, is this real? I cast Counterspell.
Ooh, that's your new ability.
Yes, I cast Counterspell.
Yes. As you cast Counterspell, this is cool. Okay, hold up. Let me change over our screen here. Boom, boom, boom,
Oh no. The minis are happening.
The minis are happening. All right.
Oh Lord.
This is our lovely Mirayah mini. Can we focus in on Mirayah instead of the cauldron? I think that's the best we're going to get. Here's the awesome cauldron I painted. Here's our wonderful Mirayah, who has been expelled out of the cauldron. As you are expelled out of the cauldron, you hear the voices like retreat into the shadows. And as they do, just reach across here, you see in grayscale a memory of your home.
What?
You feel warmth and safety emanating from the windows, from the door. But as you like instinctively reach for it, you notice these icy, cool barriers go up, and you hear a wicked laugh. Who I didn't have time to paint, so it's a good thing she's an echo. You still see
Oh dang.
the wonderful Jinn patron next to you. And then you see an ominous portal begin to form in the corner.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
And because you succeeded on an intimidation check before, this is actually going to be a bit easier for you. You hear the voices say, "Get her back into the cauldron!" And coming shambling from the portal, you see the first of the minions come towards you with the intent of pushing you back in.
Is that a hag or a skeleton?
It's a skeleton.
Okay.
Thankfully, you don't have to deal with the hags for now.
For now.
For now.
My initiative is a 13.
Okay, perfect.
Good thing I thought to cast protection from good and evil.
Hags are actually really hard to beat them.
Hags are terrifying. Even the lowest level hag is a terrifying concept, and I don't know if you homebrew them. So like,
of course, I always homebrew them.
Hags are scary business.
Give me a second, chat, to set up the encounter. Let me see. Level 2 of you are level 7. How magical
I am.
is that?
Yeah.
So special.
I have a +0 to Dex.
That's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. This is why I always go last. That might be the highest I've rolled on initiative since the game started, though.
Give me a second here. Okay. Here we go. All right. Wait, why isn't it letting me? Okay, here we go. And you got a 12?
13.
13. Perfect. You go first.
Okay. There's a cauldron. There's a skeleton. I'm gonna knock the cauldron over onto the liquid onto the skeleton.
Perfect. Give me a strength check to see if you can tip the cauldron over, unless you want to use magic to do so.
I also have a 0 to strength. Can I do anything with this? No, I don't have any spells that I think would work, so I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Let's see. Luck point! I have one more. Okay, that's much better. 17.
Gotcha. Perfect. Got some good music going. So, you push the cauldron over. It's a little difficult to tip, but as you do, you spawn a pool of acid in, I wish I had a pen. I wish I had brought my dry erase markers, because these are dry erase tiles. In a 15-foot radius. So it would be, so basically like all of this is now covered in a goopy acidic substance. It deals damage every turn the enemies are in it, and it also is difficult terrain. You hear them kind of angrily shriek as you tip over the cauldron, and as they do, you see the cauldron begin to refill.
Ugh. I just turn it upside down.
You turn the cauldron upside down. I like this, honestly. The sheer thwarting happening here.
Down. The acid can't get me now.
Can only move 2 squares towards you. It is going to, let's see. First of all, take damage from being in, starting its turn in the acidic substance. Okay. And then it's going to unhinge its jaw and lob its own caustic substance at you.
Ew.
The first one is a 19. The second one
That
is
hits.
a 13.
I'm gonna shield.
Okay, perfect.
So that adds a +5, which means my AC is 20 for the turn.
Okay. As you cast shield, both globs of acid are deflected easily with a single wave of your hand. Behind you, you hear Conch say, "You have to make it to safety." And she motions towards your home that sits in the distance.
Right. Okay. So my turn?
Not just yet.
Oh no.
You see the portal sputter once more as another minion comes out. This one is going to attempt to move towards you.
Through the acid, right?
Yes. So it's also going to take acid damage. And it also, you notice its movement is slowed because of this thick acidic sludge on the ground. And it's going to, let's see, it's going to make a ranged attack at you.
Cool.
2 of
AC
them.
is 20.
One is only a 17. And the second is also only a 17. Both attacks miss as your shield goes off. You see the cauldron begin to levitate in the air, and sparks start to come flying out of it. It is your turn.
All right. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points. Oh, I got more sorcery points. That's cool. And I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at a 4th level on the portal.
Amazing. You see the portal like begin to collapse in on itself. Let's see here.
And then so that was a bonus action. I made that a bonus action. That's what I did with the sorcery points.
Yep.
I'm going to throw a firebolt at the icy stuff there and move myself closer to the cabin.
Okay.
Or
perfect.
the yurt, I guess.
Go ahead and let's see. Make an ability check using your spell casting ability. You need to beat a 16 for the counterspell.
So you said a check, not an attack roll?
No, for counterspell it'll be a check, right?
Are you thinking I cast a spell magic and now I'm casting firebolt at the icy barrier?
Oh, why did I think you did counterspell? Okay, hold up. For dispel magic. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus. Yeah, so you have to beat a 16.
Okay. Come on. Spellcasting. I'm going to use the last luck point. I don't have a choice. I just barely didn't make it. Okay, that's an 18 on the die.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. The portal collapses in on itself and falls. You hear the hags around you kind of like hiss in anger and click their tongues. And what was the other thing you want to do on your turn?
I cast Firebolt at the icy barrier.
Oh, perfect. Roll to hit.
Okay. Come on. Please. Love of God. Okay, that is an 18.
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That's 11 fire damage.
You see the ice begin to melt, but there's still quite a bit of it covering the door. Would you like to
I'm gonna move towards it, but towards the outer edge of it, where like the outer edge of where the house is.
Okay, perfect. Let's see here. So like here?
Yeah.
You're gonna have the shadow move with you.
Yeah.
It's such a cool miniature. Sorry.
It is really cool.
Wish I had time to paint it. All right. Okay. Sorry. It's now this one's turn. It's going to move. It's out of the difficult terrain after this turn, I think. So.
Does it still take acid damage on starting its turn or ending its turn in the acid?
Yes. It definitely takes damage on starting. And then I think it can actually still move to you completely. Yeah. It's going to attack. Let's see.
It could not.
It's going to attack with its claws that are like tinged with a strange green glow.
Oh, great. Love that. Not at all.
The first one is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
The second one is a 14.
Doesn't hit.
The first attack does 7 slashing damage. Give me a con save.
This isn't necrotic damage at all, is it?
No.
Okay. Nat 1.
Okay. You are poisoned.
Of course
As the wound like oozes and stings, you feel the poison take hold. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. The second one comes lumbering towards you. It's also going to take damage at the start of its turn.
This isn't good.
This
Also,
acid has done a lot of work, though.
This what?
The acid has actually done quite a bit of work, though.
Yeah, but I'm a low-level cleric, which means I can't cast Lesser Restoration.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. As the second creature shambles towards you, let's see. It is going to try to wrap you in its embrace and try to crush you.
I don't like hugs.
Let's see.
Not from creepy undead things. Wait, what am I doing? I'm a cleric. I should have just turned undead.
Give me a strength saving throw.
Come on, big money. 13.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. Okay. You are... So first of all, you take 9 bludgeoning damage. And you cannot move. You are grappled.
Great.
And it also, like... As it grapples you, you feel yourself kind of... You feel that same sensation of shrinking and popping that you felt when you were pushed into the cauldron, and you realize you cannot breathe as your rib cage kind of cracks under you and this creature kind of tightens its grip around you. You, in your mind, you frantically hear Conch, like trying to figure out what to do. As she says, should I come back or should I keep going towards Lulu?
I can't really answer that right now. You can't even get into the city.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm grappled, but I can still do stuff, right? I just can't move.
Let's see.
Let me check the condition. Grappled. Speed becomes 0. Condition ends if grapplers incapacitated. Ends if the effect removes a grappled creature from, such as being hurled away from the Thunderwave spell. Okay. So I can still do stuff.
Yes.
I am going to turn undead.
And this is a cleric domain spell?
This is a cleric domain ability. It's not a spell. So every creature that's undead with that can see or hear me, I don't have to see it, within 30 feet of me must make a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
As you reach out to your divine powers and attempt to turn undead, you are met with deafening silence. You hear a wicked voice in your ear say, "Your god can't help you here."
Shit.
Try praying to us instead. No, I want her skin as a book.
Okay, well, that was my action, and that's gone.
I want her hair from my pretty little head.
I am going to use 2 more sorcery points to, since that wasn't a spell, I'm going
it fizzles out. It doesn't take up your turn.
Oh, it doesn't? So I still have an action?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to not do sorcery points then. I'm going to cast, let's see. Guiding Bolt. Not the one that's grappling me, so it just like blasts it like right in his face. Let's see, I'll roll attack for that. I had a 6. For a 9.
That misses, unfortunately.
Ugh. Oh, wait a second. All of them have disadvantage against me because of the protection for good and evil.
Oh, They do.
Yeah.
I forgot to roll for that.
Yeah, I forgot to remind you. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, let's
My
see.
bad. I was gonna remind you that you're poisoned, so you have disadvantage too.
Well, they would have had to roll with disadvantage to hit me with that. So let's see if I'm actually poisoned.
That's true. You're
Okay.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
I like how we both forgot.
Yeah.
We both forgot. Gosh darn it.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. We'll use it moving forward though. It is this one's turn. It is going to.
So I am poisoned. Yes.
We'll try it this time and see if you're poisoned, actually.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I think that's fair. I think if this one doesn't hit, you're not poisoned.
Cool.
I've got an 18. And
Shield.
I've got an 18 and a 13.
Okay, so 13 doesn't hit. I don't need to shield.
Yeah, and those would have been with disadvantage too. So
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so do you shield or
Wait, did you roll twice for each attack?
No, I rolled. That was for the first attack, and then you
Okay,
shielded.
it misses. It misses.
Okay.
It misses.
Here's the second attack. I got a 7 and a 21.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay.
Yay.
Perfect.
Okay. We'll still say I'm grappled though, because that's fair.
Mm-hmm. It is then the other creature's attack. Since you're still in its crushing grab, in its chokehold, you still are having difficulty breathing, and you're going to take another 9 bludgeoning damage as your ribs crack once again. How long can you hold your breath?
Oh, that's something that's calculated off con, right? I have a +3 to con.
Okay, so I think it's 3 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
I think it is. So that's like a really long time.
Do I have to make a check at the end of my turn to get out of the grapple?
Yes.
Or use my action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
You have to make a what is it? DC 14 strength check.
Okay, cool. And that takes my action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of, it's your turn. The cauldron now is like overflowing with green liquid as it starts to like come back to the ground. So it's like,
okay, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt again against the thing that's
from here to here.
right next to me, holding me.
Okay.
I hope that I kill it. Why did I roll? That's a 16. I don't know why I rolled digitally, but does it hit?
Since you're engaged in melee, do you have disadvantage on spells?
I don't know. I know that's true of like range attacks and stuff, but I don't actually know for spells.
Let's see. I'm looking it up now. Da da da. Okay. Does anyone in chat know? Usually people are really good at backseating.
Spam.
Because I'm trying to. Okay, range spell attacks in melee. Let's see. To Reddit we go.
Oh, Lord.
If I recall correctly, if there's a hostile target within 5 feet of you, all your ranged attacks are made at disadvantage, even if you're targeting someone else. PHB page 195.
Okay, so it has disadvantage.
Okay.
Let's see.
So that would be, I think, that would be spell attacks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a... $15.
A 15. That... Which one
9 plus 7 is 16. I rolled the same thing.
Oh, you rolled a 16. Okay, which one are you targeting?
The one that's holding me.
Miss.
I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to do... Wait, no, I can't. I can't do that with cantrips. Never mind. I can't do anything. I'm fucked. Okay, no, I can't do anything.
Okay. It's this one's turn now. It's going to try to claw at you again twice since you're in melee now. I don't think that hits. Well, that's with disadvantage too. The first one for a 9.
Misses.
The second one for a... that's a 22, but he has disadvantage. That's canted. Here we go. For 20. Dirty 20.
Hits. Second one hits.
Okay. Dealing 4 slashing damage. Go ahead and give me a con save.
Okay. 16.
You do not get poisoned.
God, okay.
It is then this one's turn. It's going to start carrying you. It's going to start carrying you since you're still grappled. Let's see. 5, 10. You can only go 10 feet. And you're going to take more bludgeoning damage since you're still in its death grip.
Mm-hmm.
And so you take 8 more bludgeoning damage, and it is your turn.
I am not looking good. I'm going to try to get out with an action.
Okay.
So I can't keep using these spells and missing.
You get the sense he's trying to throw you into the cauldron.
I got that, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, that's a 16 to get out.
Okay, you get out.
Okay. That's my action. I'm gonna actually use sorcery points to use a bonus action spell. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt again. Mm-hmm. Nat 20.
Woo! Against this one?
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll damage.
27 damage.
Dead.
Radiant.
It shatters in a
you.
flurry of splinter, bone, and dust, letting out one last...
Okay, I'm gonna run towards the cabin.
Okay, yeah. You have the movement to do so.
Cool.
What would you like
All
to
right,
do?
that's
your turn?
my turn. Yeah.
As you run past, I think that guy gets an op attack on you.
Yes.
For a 18.
Hits.
That's gonna be 7 slashing damage.
Yikes, that's not good. Mirayah looks really hurt. I'm at 14.
14 health. Okay.
Yeah.
It is this one's turn. It's going to strike at you twice with those poisoned claws with disadvantage. Oh, he should have gotten disadvantage on the op attack too.
Yeah.
That was a nat 20. So it's probably good he had disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, now he's gonna attack twice with his claws for a 22, but with disadvantage, that's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 22 again and an 11 with disadvantage.
Misses. Okay, cool.
And then it's your turn.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to keep moving away.
Okay, which direction are you headed?
Actually, first, I'm going to firebolt the ice again.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. It's relatively low AC.
That is 15.
Okay, and that's more than enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 fire damage.
5 fire damage with 16. You see the ice like melt down more, and the door is almost within reach.
Okay.
But there's still some of this wall in front of you.
Cool. I'm gonna move towards the opposite side I went before and get away from the skeleton.
Okay.
As much as possible.
Your full movement, I think that's 30
Yeah,
feet.
30 feet.
Perfect. Okay. It's going to get another op attack against you as you move out of melee range.
Okay, cool.
But it's at disadvantage. It was 8 both times, so I think you're good. Okay. Then it is this dude's turn. I think even if he moves his full movement, he can't get to you, so he's going to try to spit his necrotic substance at you again, or acidic substance, I should say. So 20. Go ahead and give me 2 dex saves as it lobs acid twice.
Great. 18 and 19.
You dodge out of the way both times, dodging in and out of this like sort of jutting icy barrier that's coming out at you at an angle. You see the spit kind of on the surface like melt some of the ice as it comes crashing down. It is your turn. It's the good thing.
Okay, this thing needs to go. Down. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at a 2nd level.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That hits.
19 radiant damage.
The damage like rocks the skeletal creature's entire body. You see it kind of almost split in half, but it is still holding strong, just barely, its jaw agape, barely clinging to unlife.
Oh, fuck you too. That's my turn. I'm going to move even further away if I can.
Yeah, you could start moving in like this direction. You'd be moving away from the house. I don't know.
Is there anywhere I can get cover behind that ice?
Yes, I think it's reasonable for you to be able to get cover there.
Okay, cool. I'd like to do that.
Put you here, and he'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. He can still reach you, but you are under half cover now. He's going to attack you twice.
Cool. My AC goes up. How much when I'm behind half cover?
I think it goes up by 5. Let me double check though.
I think 5 is full cover.
+2 to AC, and yeah, you're right.
Okay.
+5 is +3/4, I think.
Okay. So 17 is my AC.
Perfect. Okay. So it's going to attack you twice. You still have protection from good and evil, I think, because I don't think you need concentration for that. Do you?
Let me check. That's a good question. I have a feeling I do. Yeah, concentration. So I should roll.
Go ahead and give me like 2 con saves.
Cool.
You'll need to beat a 12 on both of them to keep it up.
Did it. 14 and 15. I can't add 9 and 6.
No, you're fine. So it's going to attack you twice at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13. 13. I don't think either of those hit.
Miss.
And then the second one is a 18 and a nat 1.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
Ooh, clinging on with that 14 health. Okay. It's your turn.
I know that there are so many things around here. I'm just gonna fucking attack it with a staff.
Okay.
I think I have a staff. Do I not have a staff? I don't have a staff. Okay, never mind.
You don't even have a stick?
No, I have a crossbow for some reason.
Oh my gosh.
I need to get a weapon. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try and punch it. No, wait, that's only 1 damage. I'll throw a firebolt at it.
Okay.
It's close, so it has I have disadvantage.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
It does hit.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool.
Do you do anything over 3 damage? Like, do you do 3 damage
Yes,
guaranteed?
yes, I do. Yeah. No, not guaranteed, but I did 11.
Okay. And you exit combat.
Okay, my throat is bruised. I'm in pain. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how much that is. I heal 18 hit points, thank God.
From 14 hit points to 18. Very nice.
Yeah, that was my last third. No, it wasn't my last third. That was my second third. Okay.
Icy barrier comes crashing down in front of you. And the door opens to your family cottage, and you see like a warmth and golden light emanating from inside.
This can't be real, but I go in anyway.
As you go in, you see like a memory of your mom's kind of around the fire, and you are filled with the sense that this isn't just their home, this place that you're in, but also yours. And you will not be bullied in the domain of your ancestors. And the hags temporarily retreat.
I bang my head against the door as it closes and just slide down to my knees and put my head in between my legs. What the fuck am I doing? Why did I come here? Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. I'm gonna die.
You see your mom's like kind of warming up milk on the fire, and you see a toddler version of yourself sitting kicking legs on the chair.
Have they noticed me, or can they seem to have seen me?
They don't seem to mark your passing at all. It's just like a mental fortress you've created for yourself, if that makes sense. A safe place for you to hide against the mental attacks of these evil
So I'm trapped in my mind, most likely.
Meditation, maybe, yeah. You see your mom kind of like trying to persuade you to eat your vegetables. Oh, come on now, Mirayah. They're good for ya.
No, I don't wanna.
Here comes the birdie. Boom, 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 boom.
I don't care what kind of birdie it is. If it's not made of meat, I don't want it. Slapped her, right?
Talk to your child.
Why am I only her child when you're mad at me?
You see your other mother kind of shake her head as she's like distilling components, you know? What if I dip it in honey?
I accept it.
Ah, yes. Glazed carrots for a wee glazed baby.
This is fine.
And you notice she throws a wok on the fire and throws the steamed carrots back in, this time with some brown sugar and honey, kind of coating them on all sides. Don't tell your mother. And she like puts
I'm not going to tell anyone
on your plate.
Except my rumbly tumbly. That's what I want to tell.
Little legs kicking, little ASMR legs on the chair. You eat your warm carrots. And as you eat them, you find yourself back in the book repository. And now you see sunlight outside. And the sphere of darkness that was cast over you is gone.
I don't suppose all of my spells came back with that.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I'm still in danger. Conch, are you here? Conch?
There's like a moment, and then you see Conch kind of still in your mind. Takes a moment for her to appear, but...
Loading screen, got it.
Yeah. And she's like, we should go.
Can we go, though? I haven't figured out how to take down the ward.
You should try.
Without any components? Without anything?
I have a bad feeling about why they let you go.
Oh, no. They let me go? I thought I fought myself out of there tooth and nail. I almost died.
If they're not trying to boil you alive, they might try to make you one of them.
They were going to boil me alive, though.
And then they decided not to.
Oh, no. Do you think I can do it without any of the help?
I think we have to try.
But the Arcanum's still here. I could... They definitely know where it is, don't they?
Most likely.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. Well, it's still daylight. I'm gonna run out. What's about this key?
Yeah, the key feels heavy in your hand. And you think maybe you could find a use for it, but it would involve staying here and risking your life a bit more as you searched for where you could put it. But it's a viable thing to do.
Go roll a die. Evens. I stay. Odds, I run.
Mm-hmm.
I look around for the key.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
As you finish going up the stairs, you do pass like a few different floors, and you do find what is like an alchemical lab. You don't see a place to put the key yet. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Do I get the +2 because of conch again, or no?
I think in this matter, she wouldn't be an expert.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. That is an 18.
As you're looking around this place, with an 18, yeah, you do find a lot of useful components. You find scrolls and books. You do find magic, or information, I should say, magic scrolls regarding knowledge about binding jinn. Binding them to your will, as it were. Some of it's a bit out of your reading level, but you think if you took time and studied it, you could maybe learn about it.
I just sort of sweep it all into my bag.
You also see a small silver chest in the corner that has a large iron lock.
I stick the key in the hole.
It fits. When you turn it with a large clunk, the padlock falls away.
I look over my shoulder really quickly and then I open it. Gotta rush.
It's a music box.
Music box.
And nestled inside a silver chest.
I open it.
You hear a melody play.
Does it sound familiar?
Not anything you've heard before, but it sounds beautiful to your ears.
All right, I quickly shut it and I shove it in my pack as well. Let me just write that down. All right, that was probably not worth doing the things, but okay, so music box, and then like a bunch of scrolls that I do not have time to look through.
Mm-hmm.
Various scrolls and components. I'm sure I will figure that out later. All right, I've got to get the hell out of here. Do I see anything about breaking wards or anything like that?
Most of them are about the creation of wards. You could attempt to reverse engineer it.
Quickly?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, that's a 20, dirty, not nat.
You think you could.
Okay. I grab those two and I get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm. You run back through the market and you hear the hags now in the sunny streets, but you can't see them. You see a bird kind of land, a parrot, beautiful parrot land on a stall next to you. And as it like caws, as background noise almost, you hear like the voices rise up from these unseen creatures. And they say, "Join us."
I throw a firebolt at the parrot. And just don't stop moving.
Yeah. You flee towards the gate and you look at the wording of the spell used to cast the ward. And you get the sense that you can find a way to give yourself a passport through the rite of your blood. You are the descendants of the original lords of this place, and therefore no wards of the Twisted can stop you. You think a prick of your finger in the right rune will allow you to pass through.
Okay. I prick my finger with an arrowhead because I don't have anything else. And then I trace the rune in the air with it.
You do this, and as you do, it glimmers for a moment, and then you see a like sort of blood red doorway kind of emerge in the middle of what used to be the gates that like looked clear to you from one side, almost look like a two-way mirror now. You're like looking at like sort of like this mirror, but you see this red door form in it as you cast the rune.
I burst through it like I am diving from an explosion in an action movie.
As you do, you see Ronnie on the other side, as though nothing has changed.
Hi, Ronnie. I look back and I'm like, can they get out? Are they trapped in there?
Do you ask this to Conch?
Yeah.
Conch says, let's not find out.
Right. Hi, Ronnie. I just scramble up, skirt, strips just flaying, and like I roll onto the thing, like, and like my legs go up above my head, but Ronnie starts moving anyway. I'm just like, go.
An elephant makes great speed, and you flee Nila Kila with all of your limbs in place. Barely.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. Oh, no wonder my parents never wanted me to come here. What are they going to think if I tell them?
You decide to camp aboard the boat. Do you think you spend time surveying the rest of the isle, or do you think you resolve to go back home? I'm curious how you want to spend the rest of your time here before you rejoin the others. If you rejoin the others.
So even. I'm stupid. Odds I'm smart. I look around the aisle.
Okay, perfect. So, Mirayah, Lulu, and Conch spend the next few days investigating the Isle. Do you think you stray back into the town again? Into the city?
Nothing can block me from my birthright. I think she might, yeah.
Yeah. Conch also is resolved. She spends many nights poring over the scrolls with you. And
do you think she can enter now?
Huh?
Can she enter now that I've broken the Sword of Steel?
She thinks she can, using your door, like if you allow her passage.
Mm-hmm. I will.
And she says to you, I think this place belongs to your people.
These hags were once our people too.
Yes, I suppose you are correct. But their pact has twisted them. I understand more about you now, Mirayah. Like, and you see that she's holding the storybook with the illustrations. It wondered to me, it was strange to me why you were so quick to be confrontational or roused to fight rather than opt for peace. But looking at the legacy of your ancestors, it makes a bit more sense. Rebellion runs in your veins. And the women that you're descended from chose not to be subject to the whims of any king or of any deity. that choose to toy with them. And for this, you have my respect.
It makes me wonder a few things. When I sought out the god of death, I was looking for something. I was frustrated with how content everyone in the village seemed to be with what our lot was. And I was traveling outside of it, seeing the world, seeing what we were unable to participate in. I was looking for answers, and maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe the answers I needed were here.
Sometimes before one can move forward, one has to move back.
I don't know what happened to this god. But I knew when I chose to come here instead of going to find out that I was making a firmer choice than I had before.
Are you afraid of the answers you'll find here?
No. However, that's the other thing that bothers me. Legends get distorted and change over time. But this doesn't feel like that. This feels purposeful. Like it was changed when we got there to give us a new start. And something tells me I have nothing to base this on. But something tells me my parents knew about this the whole time. I can just see it on their smug little faces that they knew this. They didn't want to tell me. Do you know what they said every time I got into a fight where I was like, we should fight back. We shouldn't be limited from a knife. They were like, well, that's just a way of things. Oh, you know, when we were back on the mainland, there was this king and we had to become invisible and we've had to fight in this war and we don't want that again, do we?
You saw the carnage. Can you blame them?
No. But I don't think that the only path is what we're doing and what happened here. It can't be.
No, I agree. I do think your people were on the right track, though. Yours is a power self-gained. A power from the weave itself.
What do you mean?
Well, don't you feel that you've grown since you've come here? To the font of your sorcery?
Yes.
Don't you feel you are capable of things you were not previously capable of?
I do, but I always thought that the powers that I have were less because I had to learn them myself. But did I even learn them?
I think the power granted to you by your blood was the great cost that your ancestors paid. Choosing not to don the shackles of another. Which I find rather amusing because you're also a cleric.
Honestly, who knows how long that'll last?
Did your god answer you here?
No.
Something to ponder.
a problem for another time. But right now, we're here. And there are still answers that we can get.
I will help you. And
thank you.
As part of helping you, I will teach you to protect your mind from the influences of those that would pervert your magic.
And I, in return, have a feeling you may have some use for these scrolls that I found.
I would not be averse to studying them. I am curious how these hags, as you call them, were able to free themselves of my cousin's bargain. And I'm curious to find out what has become of my cousin and why that deal turned sour.
There were a lot of scrolls about binding Jinn. Do you think the deal went sour for him as well?
I'm curious.
Then we have other answers to seek as well. You are a lot more stable than I expected from Lulu's patron. I'm just going to say that's one of the main reasons why I didn't trust you at the first, but you're a lot calmer than I thought you'd be. I'm just going to say that right now.
Lulu requires a great deal of patience.
It's worth it, though. I adore that little brat.
She is a bright pupil. As you both have this conversation, she is in the background, kind of supervising the crew that you've hired to bring you here.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it involves her saying swab the poop deck as much as she can. Gotta swab the poop deck. You there, Jeremiah. You gotta swab the poop deck. Guys. Look, Mirayah, I'm on the poop deck.
You are. You are indeed. Next time we go on a ship, you're going to have to tell that joke to Scorpio.
Oh, I'm definitely going to. I'm going to say, hey, meet me on the poop deck.
Oh, Lulu, I forgot. I reach into my pack and I pull out the serpent top. I did get you something.
Oh, the flute?
Yeah. Oh, it was a flute? Mm-hmm. It was a flute. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I pull out the flute. I know, I'm surprised. Maybe I should have given this more after the ship. Nothing.
More? Did you say more?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
And all your concentration checks are at disadvantage as long as Lulu is in range playing her snake flute.
Totally fair.
You do wonder if it has a charming effect on snakes, but you cannot be sure.
I'll ask Valym later.
Over the next few days, you and Conch resolve to unlock more secrets of the Isle. And while you make your plans, she teaches you Intellect Fortress.
Intellect Fortress.
A 3rd level abjuration. It costs 1 action to cast. It has no components other than a verbal one. It has a range of 30 feet. It's a concentration of up to 1 hour. And for the duration, you or one willing creature you see within range has resistance to psychic damage. as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Wisdom, intelligence, and charisma?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a homebrew, right?
No. This is
then I have no reason to write that, but I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
And you spend the next few days wandering Nila Isle and making plans to venture back into Nila Killa. And that'll be where we call this one shot to a close, with the ocean waves crashing against the rocky beaches and Lulu dancing on the poop deck, playing her snake flute as loud as she possibly can.
That was fucking awesome. Oh, I can drop the accent. That was awesome. That was so cool. That was awesome. I loved it.
Yay!
I loved it. That was so much fun.
I wasn't sure if the lore was too convoluted, so I'm glad that
No, it made total sense to me.
Okay.
It made total sense. Yeah. No, and it's good to have some answers. Let's see if Mirayah stays a cleric and what's going to happen there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There's a lot there.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
This was a lot of fun.
I had so much fun playing with you.
I love playing with you so much.
I love playing
Girl
with you
time.
so much. I love playing with you so much. I also love that our one shot had so many themes about like womanhood.
Womanhood and reclaiming of power, choosing your own bodily autonomy over the will of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things there.
I wanted to rethink of the hag lore and make it a little bit more interesting than what is the,
Let's see.
Default
the
lore.
next time Mirayah sees her parents, she's going to ask some questions. Because I think they think that she just went on another journey or like had to go somewhere where she couldn't take her card, so she left it there. But like, I don't think she told them that she was doing this.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting, like, when you rejoin the rest of the party, like, having that extra context, you know? This was
You got some explaining to do, mommy.
This was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me, Sephi. You're so amazing.
Thank you so much for writing this amazing one shot for me. I feel so special.
This is just for you.
Oh
I was so afraid you were gonna get cooked in the cauldron. The cauldron does damage too. There was like,
I figured.
Yeah, there were multiple ways to like win the fight, and you clocked down to one immediately, which was like getting rid of the portal. Because if you didn't, there would have been more. And had already decided, I was like, the domain features aren't going to work.
Yeah, that makes sense for a number of reasons.
Yeah, because of like the weird ward that is on this place. So
weird ward, weird god connections. Like there's a lot of reasons it's going wonky. I figured you were going to do that at some point. Like it wasn't entirely unexpected.
Yeah.
So.
But this was fun. I can't believe how close you came to dying.
I came very close to death. But it's fine.
Well. You did well.
It's
knocking over the cauldron. Like, you clocked into so many mechanics so quickly.
Well,
and for the record, the ice only had 12 hit points left.
I figured. The reason when I DM and structure encounters, there's always multiple, like, it's never just a straight up fight. So I'm always like thinking of like other people doing it the same way. So I'm like, let's do the thing that's different, you know? So I clued into that pretty quickly. It was a cool mechanic.
I loved it. What happens if someone dies? Are they gone forever? Yeah.
Cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, that would suck. But
this is also the most damage I think Mirayah's taken, except for when she nearly drowned in the well.
Yeah. That was also fall damage, I think, that got you there.
Yeah. Yep.
I think canonically the fall damage would have outright killed you, but what saved you is that you flew halfway down and then you landed in water. And I always give a benefit to landing in water just because I feel like...
God damn it. If Valym had just not said, I don't think I can fly before he jumped, I wouldn't have followed him.
That was such a like funny encounter though. Like it was so funny to me.
Funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is amazing. Seppi, let people know where they can find you and what you're
Hi,
up to.
y'all.
What are you streaming these days?
I am streaming at Persephiroth. I've been streaming Pokemon, but in 6 days I'm going to be streaming the new Fire Emblem Three Hopes sequel to Three Houses, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm also probably going to be, a friend of mine convinced me that I should play Earthbound, so we'll be doing that on stream at some point too. Also, I do a lot of makeup streams, a lot of hairstyling, wig streams, drag streams, stuff like that. And you can also find me at Persephiroth to see what other shit I'm doing. None of it is good as Shikar, but you know.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and keep an eye out because I will be running a game. I'll be stepping back into the DM seat soon.
Woo!
It's been way too long.
Woo! Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Me too.
And as always, I'm Jasmine ThatBronzeGirl. And oh yeah, you can watch Coffin Run on
Absolutely watch Coffin Run
on Dropout. It's a show I made with the team at Dimension 20. It has vampire stuff in it. And
watch it. Watch it.
It's so disturbing. So disturbing. What the fuck? What?
When I have lips this big, doing quiver things is just hilarious.
Yo!
They're all mine, by the way. There's no filler in them. I'm black. That will not be true of my butt at some point, but.
Oh my god. What else? Yeah, I'm here. I'm playing The Quarry on stream tomorrow with Jeanneret, a very good friend of mine. We play all the Dark Picture anthology games together, all these like horror choice-based games, and we theory craft a lot on what they are, so, or what the killer is going to be. A lot of times we solve it before the end. So if you like scary game content with me and Nay, where I get scared and scream like a bitch and Nay laughs at me, then be sure to tune in tomorrow. Normally I take Wednesdays off, but I am streaming this Wednesday. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you enjoy the minis, let me know, because I feel like I'm getting better.
The minis, Mirayah looks great. Mirayah looks exactly like I pictured her, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm
titties
getting
and all.
I'm not Rick Perry, but I think I'm getting like better at...
Okay, Rick Perry's just on another level.
Yeah,
Rick Perry,
Perry's a wizard.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even paint. I think he pulls them out of his mind, like fully formed, like envisioned.
Yeah, even on my season, like he worked to design the like table story like sets and stuff, which were all incredible. Like he's very talented.
Yeah, I'm not Rick Perry, but you know the rest.
But you are very good.
I still think I'm getting better every week. I feel like I get better and better. And keep an eye out because I'll be painting miniatures on stream soon. So if you want to see miniatures before they air on Shikar, you can check them out on stream. Okay, that's it. We're gonna leave. We're gonna drink wine and talk shit. Bye. Have a good day. Take care. Thank you for watching Shikar every week. We love you. In a non-parasocial way. Okay, no. We got it. Thank you. Thank you.